Good morning, warriors. Please join me in the pledge to the Bible. I pledge allegiance to the Bible, God's holy word. I will make it a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. I will hide its words in my heart that I might not sin against God. Join me in the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Well, this week we've been talking about humility, and our sound off is I say God is opposed to the proud, and you'll say but gives grace to the humble. So let's try that. God is opposed to the proud, but gives grace to the humble. Mrs. Blackshear will be coming up again to talk about our virtues. Let's welcome Mrs. Blackshear.
Good morning, warriors.
Good morning, Mrs. Blackshear.
Has anybody had to eat any humble pie in the last few days? I did. It was not delicious. So Wednesday we compared humble to the opposite of humble. And what is the opposite of humble? Elliot? Yes, being prideful. So what is the difference between having pride as in an arrogant attitude or being proud of something, like I'm proud to be a warrior today? What's the difference between those two kinds of pride? Thank you, Pierce. You can just come up here and do the rest of the talk. Good, right. You're excited about being a part of something good. And that gives you community and friendship with other people. Being arrogant usually makes other people not want to be around you so much. And so I thought it would be fun if I told the story of how the words humble pie came into existence. But you know what? There's not really a story. And I don't like it when that happens. But it's actually a mispronunciation of something they used to eat in the medieval times. Who's been studying the medieval history? Okay. So it comes from something called humble pie. And I'll let y'all talk about that amongst yourselves because it's a little gross. But there was an author. Her name is Jennifer Donnelly, and so she wrote her own fairy tale about humble pie. And this fairy tale is set in the medieval times, and it's about a little boy named Theo. And Theo is described as obnoxious, arrogant, and ungrateful. And everyone he's around, he offends and makes upset because he only thinks about himself and he gets whatever he wants. So his grandmother decides she's going to do something about it. And sometimes it's only our grandmothers that can see what we need to do, right? They're very honest. So grandmother decides to bake a giant pie. And the pie crust is as big as like a bed sheet you would put on your bed. And she fills it with apples and pears and cherries and plums and all of these wonderful fruits that she knows her grandson Theo will love. So the pie is getting ready, and he sees all the fruit, and so he decides to jump in and take the best bite of the fruit. Well, whoops, his grandmother wraps him up in the crust, and he's inside the pie. And he's yelling, "Help, help!" Well, his grandmother won't let him out, and the pie starts to roll downhill. And it rolls, and he passes by his classmates from school, and he says, "Help, get me out." Do you think they helped him? No. And so it keeps rolling down the hill until it gets into a very poor village. And the peasants there, who are very hungry, see this pie coming, and they are so grateful. They are just so excited that this pie is coming because they don't have anything but breadcrumbs to eat. And he's hearing how grateful they are, and he's in distress because this pie is about to roll right into the oven in the center of town. Well, finally, he gets out right before he gets into the oven, and he is so grateful that he was able to get out before he got into that hot oven and was cooked. So he goes back home with a new attitude, and he begins to treat his family with gratitude. So you can know that you are humble when you have the attitude of gratitude and thankfulness instead of the gimmies. So I hope that today you don't wait until you're in the hot oven of trouble before you're humble and grateful. Have a great day.
My hope is built on nothing less than Jesus' blood and righteousness. I dare not trust the sweetest frame, but only lean on Jesus' name. On Christ the solid rock I stand, all other ground is sinking sand. All other ground is sinking sand. When darkness veils its lovely face, I rest on His unchanging grace. In every high and stormy gale, my anchor holds within the veil. On Christ the solid rock I stand, all other ground is sinking sand. All other ground is sinking sand. His oath, His covenant, His blood supports me in a whelming flood. When all around my soul gives way, He then is all my hope and stay. On Christ the solid rock I stand, all other ground is sinking sand. All other ground is sinking sand. When I shall launch in worlds unseen, oh, may I then live and be known. Trust in His righteousness alone, boundless to stand before the throne. On Christ the solid rock I stand, all other ground is sinking sand. All other ground is sinking sand.
God is opposed to the proud, but gives grace. And so he blesses those that are humble. So the Lord be with you.